And this is a quote, a lot of people had access to that Tesla. That's from somebody connected to all of this, and maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But if they did,
well, that would definitely complicate matters.
From day one, the internet had questions about David's manager, Josh Marshall. And now it looks like everyone's worst suspicions were right. People online said Josh knew Celeste was underage, but still pushed her to run away and move in with him and David. Now, the feds finally stepped in. Josh has been arrested after shocking leaked footage allegedly showed him forcing 14-year-old Celeste Riva Hernandez into a Tesla. Prosecutors are saying he could be facing life behind bars. But before this chaos exploded, there were warning signs everywhere. Josh wasn't supposed to be caught up in something this dark. He was supposed to manage David's career, not destroy it. But here's the wild part. Josh didn't just know about Celeste. He was straight up warned. Back in February 2024, one of Celeste's family friends sent Josh an email. And this wasn't some vague message. It included her missing person report with every single detail. The message said, "We know Celeste is living with you guys. She needs to return home." And shockingly, just one day later, Celeste actually did go back home, which means Josh can't even pretend he didn't know what was going on. He saw the email. No denying that now.
Him and that they included the missing persons flyer. She's a missing person. She's, 12 or 13 at that time. And the next, I think it was the next day or the day after, she showed up. She just showed up on her own, back home.
Josh knew Celeste was missing, knew she was underage, and knew she was connected to his client, David. Yet just weeks later, Celeste was right back in that same apartment, living with both of them again. This isn't internet gossip. It's a verified timeline from people who knew her personally and fought to bring her home. Now think about it. If you're managing an artist signed to Interscope Records and someone tells you your client has a missing 14-year-old staying in his home, what's your move? You'd call her parents, alert the police, do anything to protect your name. But Josh, he said nothing, not a word. Private investigator Steve Fisher, who's been tracking this case for months, went on Pop Crime TV and said the silence from Josh, David, and even Interscope was deafening and made them all look guilty as hell. And the silence didn't stop there. Even after Celeste was found, Josh hopped online denying every single thing, claiming he never got that email, never lived with David, and knew nothing about Celeste. When TikTok users started connecting the dots, Josh clapped back, calling it all baseless and unfair. But that's when the cracks started to show. Celeste showed up at his place twice. That February email brought her home the first time. And when she disappeared again, her friends didn't reach out to randoms, they went straight to Josh. That says everything. At that point, this story stopped being bad PR. It started sounding straight up sinister. And when Josh finally broke his silence, his words didn't clear his name. They made people even more suspicious. Josh tried to flip the narrative fast, saying he's just a family man with 3 kids and 0 ties to Celeste or what happened to her. He even dropped a long statement online, and here's exactly what he wrote. Video was false, and the person is misinformed. This is the only time I'll speak on this matter for now. This has been a tough time for my family, as I am a father of 3 children. I received no emails, and I'm no one's roommate. I live full-time at home with my wife and kids. My daughter is 14, and this news is affecting so many lives. I never received any emails. I had 0 knowledge of anything. I don't live in California. Also, I work remotely 95% of the time. My job doesn't require me to have much interaction with any of my clients, David, as there are many others that work with him on a day-to-day capacity, not me. This news is tragic for so many and for her family. I hope the proper authorities get to the bottom of it soon. Let me remind people, a lot of this is speculation and alleged. In the meantime, I'm with my family helping them emotionally get through the news of this tragedy. Please report on factual information. Now, on the surface, that sounds like smart damage control, like a dad trying to protect his family. But here's the thing. The receipts don't lie. That email was real, the timeline lines up perfectly, and Celeste's own friends reached out to him directly before she ever went missing again. Somehow, she still ended up back under his roof, twice. And then comes the part that gave people chills. When police discovered Celeste's body, she was wearing a bracelet with a single letter, M. Fans online instantly connected it to Josh Marshall, who's been photographed multiple times wearing a gold chain with that same letter. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but in a case this twisted, nobody's buying that story. According to LAPD reports, Celeste's body looked like it had been left inside that Tesla for weeks before the car was finally towed. Neighbors had noticed it sitting there for a long time. And get this, the Tesla wasn't even hidden. It was parked right on the street, moved a few times, then abandoned on Bluebird Avenue like nothing ever happened. When 2 yard workers caught the smell, they called the cops. And what they found shocked everyone. Celeste was discovered wrapped in a bag inside the trunk, her remains dismembered. Something no one could ever explain away with, "I don't know." That wasn't an accident. That was a cover-up. Then came the detail that made the case explode online. A neighbor said they found a Tesla keycard near David's Hollywood Hills property, just lying in the gutter. They even admitted they picked it up with their bare hands before realizing it could be evidence, and immediately turned it in to the LAPD. So with all that, Josh's denial started sounding shaky at best and downright suspicious at worst. Even after this, he still doubled down, commenting online, "Stop creating false narratives and assumptions. I have no cars in California. I don't live with David. I had zero knowledge of anything." But social media wasn't buying it. Not one bit. Fans online began connecting the dots, and every single one seemed to lead right back to him. Meanwhile, on David's official subreddit, with over 200,000 members, fans launched their own full-blown investigation. They posted screenshots, dissected lyrics that suddenly felt chilling, and even pulled scenes from his old music videos that now looked way too dark to ignore. Then things got real suspicious. Out of nowhere, Reddit posts about Celeste started vanishing. Whole threads wiped clean like they never existed. Users quickly noticed that the only listed moderator on David's official subreddit was David himself. That means he was the one deleting posts, silencing conversations, and erasing anything that made him look guilty. Fans went ballistic. They accused him of trying to cover his tracks, and not long after, the entire subreddit was locked down completely. But that wasn't the end. What people found next made everything so much darker. Turns out, Celeste might not have been the only one caught up in David's mess. Several people came forward claiming David had a pattern of chasing younger girls. One person even alleged that he was dating an 8th grader and would take secret trips with her to LA. And here's the wild part. Her friends said David allegedly paid them to keep quiet about it. That's not some rumor floating in DMs. That's straight from people who said they saw it happen. And get this, months before Celeste's death, a chilling comment had already gone viral under one of David's TikToks. It read, "Waiting for LAPD to get your ass for messing with that 13-year-old girl." That was in February 2024, long before anyone knew about the Tesla or Celeste's body. Now looking back, that comment hits totally different. It doesn't sound like trolling anymore. It sounds like someone already knew exactly what was happening. And the fact that David never responded, never denied it, just let it sit there for the world to see. That silence, it speaks louder than anything he's ever said. When fans started linking David's lyrics and visuals to real-life events, everything took a dark turn. People began re-watching his music videos, and what they found made their skin crawl. In the video for One More Dance, David plays both the killer and the victim. At one point, he drags a lifeless body across the floor and shoves it into the trunk of a car. Back when it first dropped, fans brushed it off as dark, edgy art. Nothing more than creative shock value. But after Celeste was discovered in the trunk of his own Tesla, that video hit completely differently. It felt like he had shown the world the crime before it even happened. Was that just an eerie coincidence, or something straight up sinister? Either way, once people saw it again, they couldn't unsee it. But while fans were dissecting every lyric and video frame, one group stayed totally quiet: his label. Interscope Records, the powerhouse behind David, didn't release a single statement. Not even a generic, "we're aware of the situation." That silence spoke volumes, and the fact that this was the same label that once signed Cassie when she was still a teen made people even more suspicious. To a lot of fans, it looked like the label was protecting an investment instead of demanding justice. That total lack of accountability just made the outrage louder. And soon, the internet firestorm wasn't just coming for David, and it was coming for Josh Marshall too. On X, formerly Twitter, users were dragging both men, posting old receipts, emails, and timelines. They hadn't forgotten about Josh or his shady denials. One viral post summed up the mood perfectly. The silence is deafening. David, you got nothing to say about your underage girlfriend being found in a car registered to you? And you, Josh Marshall, you knew everything about his life? You managed him. How are both of you still this quiet? That's what fans were screaming across the internet, furious that neither man had spoken a word. Some people didn't hold back at all. One user flat out posted, "Arrest these two! They're right here." One or both of them did something to Celeste. Josh knew she was underage and missing. Lock them both up. LAPD's taking too long. By this point, the internet wasn't just talking about creepy lyrics or deleted Reddit threads anymore. It looked like a coordinated cover-up. An artist, his manager, and even a major label, all staying completely silent while the body of a 14-year-old girl was found inside his car. The longer that silence dragged on, the more people believed the truth was being buried. And soon, it wasn't just random fans on Reddit or TikTok pushing theories, it was people who actually knew Celeste. Her ex-boyfriend Damien came forward and said she didn't have the easiest home life. According to him, Celeste often joked about running away. But sometimes it didn't sound like a joke at all. He remembered her laughing one day about leaving Lake Elsinore behind, and then she was just gone. Damien's mom, Jamie, backed him up, saying Celeste had opened up to their family about the struggles she was facing at home. To them, it wasn't shocking that she wanted to escape. What was shocking was how fast her escape turned into something so tragic, and records later confirmed it. The Riverside County Sheriff's Office reported Celeste missing 3 separate times in 2024 alone. 3 times before she disappeared for good in April. This wasn't some random tragedy. Celeste was a kid who kept trying to escape something, and that's where things take a darker twist. Josh allegedly knew all about her unstable home life. He knew she was a runaway, but instead of helping her get back to safety, insiders claim he used that information to pull her closer. According to people close to the situation, Josh was actually the one who convinced Celeste to leave home and stay with him, a move that now looks way more sinister in hindsight. Instead of protecting her, he might have been the one dragging her deeper into danger. And people online haven't missed that pattern. They're saying Josh's problem isn't just his connection to David, it's his whole track record. Turns out, Josh also used to manage Lil Mosey, back when Mosey faced a major legal case. And guess what? Mosey walked free after Interscope's lawyers, the same ones tied to Josh, helped beat the charges. That link has people raising eyebrows big time. Meanwhile, not everyone's pointing straight at David. Some are actually defending him. Even Charleston White spoke up, saying he didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
Fuck out of here. All the evidence that's out there.
When they gonna let a nigga stay out this long and they got a little bit of evidence? They that arrest nigga with way less evidence. If nothing else, put him in jail just to put a hold on him.
According to Charleston, there's no real evidence directly tying David to what happened to Celeste. He even questioned the whole thing, saying, when do they let a man walk free if they got even a little proof? They've locked folks up with way less than this. And that's where the shift really hits. If the story now is that LAPD doesn't have enough on David, maybe that's exactly why the feds switched their focus to Josh Marshall. Reports say investigators are sitting on serious evidence, including what might be video and photo footage straight from that Tesla. That's the kind of proof that doesn't just feed rumors online, it stands up in court. At this point, it's way bigger than internet theories or speculation. A 14-year-old girl lost her life. The people who were supposed to be the adults in the room, the manager, the artist, and even the label, stayed quiet until law enforcement finally stepped in. Whether Josh was the one who carried that body or just knew too much and stayed silent, the outcome hits the same. A so-called career built on music turned into a headline about a federal arrest. And if the rumors are true and the feds really have that Tesla footage, then Josh Marshall could be spending the rest of his life paying for the choices he made. So what do you think? Did the truth finally catch up with him, or is there still more to this story? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.